Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Now then, I am very excited today because this thing has finally landed. I ordered it a little while ago for a mate of mine off Banggood, and because these things have been proving so popular, it's taken Banggood a little while to get restocked. But anyway, it's landed here today. It is the brand new MJX Hyper Go 14209 brushless King of the Hammers looking Jeep buggy, whatever you want to call it. This is the version 2, so I'm wondering if that's what Banggood have been waiting for, basically the second generation. But anyway, I'm genuinely excited to try this, and so is he, because we've been waiting for it for a little while. But anyway, enough waffle, let's crack the box open and see what we get inside. Right then, in the box we get our instruction and parts manual. We get some spare, what look like wishbones. We have a spare set of tyres. I don't know if these are like a slightly harder compound than the ones that are supplied on the truck. We've also got a spare set of springs. Again, I'm not sure if these are the harder or the softer versions. We've got a USB battery charger with some tools. We've also got one transmitter, which is pretty standard MJX fare. We've got a button on the side, which I think is for lights. We've got a power selector switch on the side, 70 or 100%, and what looks like throttle trim and steering trim. I think these take 2 AA batteries, which you have to supply. And last but not least, we've got the actual truck itself, and first impressions are this thing, it looks amazing. MJX have done an absolutely bang up job on this thing. I mean, I don't know if the camera will pick it up there, but this has got really deep metallic red paint on the body, and MJX, they've done a stunning job. This thing looks absolutely fantastic, and as ever, there's a decent weight in this thing as well. You certainly get a lot of material in your MJXs. Anyway, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take the body off. Actually, I think these are the slightly firmer tyres. Yeah, these are the ones that come on the truck are definitely firmer. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll whip the body off and we'll have a quick look underneath. Right then, underneath this gorgeous body, and this is typical MJX attention to detail, we actually get a little connector block so we can disconnect the lights from the electronics on the car. How many times do you have to sort of fanny around trying to pull a connector block out of an ESC or something? So that's typical MJX attention to detail. We've got a 3000 milliamp hour 25C LiPo battery with a Dean's connector on it. Now this motor we've got a brushless motor with a fan. I'll tell you in a minute. This motor is quite a large one, actually, 2852. So it's quite a large brushless motor for a little 1/14th scale car, this is. We've got a separate ESC, and there is a receiver in the box, so all the electronics are separate. It looks like we've got a 3-wire micro steering servo there. We've got an absolutely gorgeous plush set of MJX shocks, and these feel exceptional. Now this thing has got a full metal transmission. I'm not going to do a strip down on this thing because it doesn't belong to me. But it's it's going to be very similar to a lot of the other MJX Hyper Go's. But we've got a full metal transmission. We've got a nice thick chassis brace at the top here. We've got adjustable tie rods here for the wheels. I'm looking at it now, and all the transmission is metal, including the drive shaft at the front and the rear. It's just a quality piece of kit. Oh, it's an aluminium. We've got an aluminium plate chassis as well. This thing looks your typical MJX quality. It really does. I'm genuinely excited to see how this thing performs. So, like I say, enough waffle. Let's take this thing outside and test the top speed. Now, before we do, I did in my excitement forget to mention the price of this thing to you guys. 130 quid at the moment on Banggoods, or $160. I will, of course, leave a link in the description to where you can go and get it from. Anyway, we're definitely going to try this thing now. Right then, we're outside with the Speedo. Let's see how fast this thing will go. Okay then, let's have a look. This thing is quick. Can hardly put the power down. 26.2 miles an hour out of the box on 2S. It feels quicker than that, it really does. And back inside, what do we think of our very muddy MJX 14209 here? Well, we'll not break with tradition. Let's have some pros and cons. We'll start with the cons. No, they're only minor niggles, to be honest with you, nothing major. First of which, we all thought this thing could do with a touch more in the way of steering lock. Steering radius, or the turning radius of this thing is quite large, especially on the power. So with it being four-wheel drive, it tends to want to wash out a little bit, so a bit more steering lock I think wouldn't go amiss. Now the next negative I've got written down on my list is I personally don't think this is a particularly novice friendly RC. Because of the power of this thing, because of the speed, it is quite tricky to control, especially on that loose surface. It is quite tricky to control, and I think if you're a novice and if you're looking at something like this for your first RC, I think it's quite a challenge to sort of keep in a straight line. Right, let's have some pros, and the first of which is the build quality. Nothing broke, nothing fell off, and this thing is typical MJX. You do get a quality product for your money. Second plus point, the looks. I think MJX has done an absolutely bang up job of this thing. I think it looks absolutely mint, like a proper little King of the Hammers Jeep. So looks, from a looks perspective, mint. Now a lot of MJX brushless products are quick, and this 14209 is no exception. This thing is very quick and powerful for its size. So we ran this all day on 2S, and I tell you what, in those conditions it was plenty quick enough. Price wise, this thing's about 120, 130 quid. You do get a quality product, so from a price standpoint, I don't think it's a lot of money to spend. Right then, conclusion time. Would I recommend the MJX 14209 to you guys? And I'm going to say yes. Once again, this is another winner from MJX. It's decent quality, it's fast, and it's entertaining, and it's not a great deal of money. So what's not to like? As ever, there will be a link in the description to where you can go and get this thing from. If you found the video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button. It's a very simple click from you guys, but it makes a huge difference to the channel. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again very, very soon. Thank you.